Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Thursday, September 12th, around 8:45 p.m. Mountain Time, 2024. A G3 geomagnetic storm occurred about 12 hours ago, and we should be looking for ongoing reverberations. These reverberations are from two coronal mass ejections that are expected to hit in the next few hours. Could accentuate this up back to G3 or even higher, and that means great aurora watching. Make sure, if you're in the northern tier states, before you go to bed, you go out and look up and to the north. We'll also talk about the aftermaths of Francine. Keep calm. It's boom time. Post-tropical storm Francine is churning away in northern Mississippi. Thousands without power as severe rain and wind hit the Gulf Coast overnight. 12 million people are now under flood alerts as Francine makes its way north through Mississippi. Here's the current position of post-tropical cyclone Francine in the northern parts of Mississippi, with maximum sustained winds at 25 miles per hour. Current power, the power outages when we started the show, 250,000 in Louisiana, 26,000 in Tennessee. Let's see if this has shifted. 183,000 now in Louisiana. Alabama, 20,000, 19,000 in Tennessee. Can't believe Mississippi is not on the list. Well, Francine continues to trek north through Mississippi. It weakens into a post-tropical cyclone. And Hurricane Francine's unusual structure led to heavy rain, high winds in the New Orleans area. Here we can see two vehicles on Olive Street flooded during Hurricane Francine in New Orleans Wednesday, September 11th. California's largest active wildfire destroys dozens of mountain homes. The fire exploded in size, threatening the mountain towns of Mount Baldy Village and Wrightwood. And take a look at how the peaks here are on fire. The bridge fire exploded in size, racing up the San Gabriel Mountains towards the ski resort community of Wrightwood on September 10th, 2024. The fast-growing bridge fire burning through the San Gabriels in Southern California has destroyed 20 homes in Mount Baldy, according to officials. The bridge fire exploded in size Tuesday, growing from 4,000 to 34,000 acres in the course of just a few hours. As of Wednesday afternoon, the fire was 50,000 acres with zero containment. And details emerge about the Southern California man, 34 years old, accused of lighting the line fire. I can't make this up. The media claims all these fires are climate change, and it turns out they're psychopaths. New details emerge about the 34-year-old man from Riverside County accused of starting the now 36,000-plus acre line fire, as well as how he came to the attention of authorities. Neighbors of Justin Wayne Haltzenberg expressed their shock and dismay at his arrest, all covered on tape. They saw him leaving the scene where this fire was lit. And that is the region where those fires in Southern California are burning, sending a huge plume of smoke up into central Canada there. The good news is that the Crestone Energy Fair is going to be in this dry hole as winds. Monsoonal winds push up from the Gulf of Baja here into the San Luis Valley and keep us free from smoke for the weekend. Francine moving north across Mississippi, bringing heavy rain, gusty winds, and a few tornadoes. Francine will slowly move north across Mississippi today into Friday. Francine will continue to bring heavy rainfall and the risk of flash and urban flooding, along with river flooding across portions of the lower Mississippi Valley, Tennessee Valley, and the southeast. A few tornadoes are possible today from northern Florida into north central Alabama, along with gusty winds. So heed the warnings and stay safe. Here is the current GFS model. You can see that post-tropical depression, still very low pressure, 998 millibars. It's going to be dissipating overnight, and in the next 10 to 12 hours will be nothing more than a memory and some rain showers in the southeast. Take a look at this. total accumulated snowfall for the next few weeks, showing heavy snow moving in to the Northwest, the Rockies, well, and the U.S. as a whole. Very early winter, as it is only mid-September. A September to remember. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. Al Gore is not happy with the forecast. Now, did you feel it? A 4.7 magnitude earthquake felt across L.A. earlier today is rambling nerves. Take a look at this. It was centered just in Malibu, according to the USGS, and there have been multiple aftershocks. Let's take a look at the map, and let's bring in the Southern Cali region. So quite a number of aftershocks associated with us. Here is the initial 4.7 in Malibu. Some small aftershocks followed, including a 2.5, a 2.8, and another 2.5. Then two bigger rumblers today, a 3.4 and a 3.4, scattering nerves in Southern Cali. Let's take a look at the rest of the map as a whole. Low-level activity worldwide and is good news on the Western Front. Now, at least 17 U.S. states are likely to see northern lights tonight. A geomagnetic storm is causing the aurora borealis to be visible from parts of the United States and most of Canada on Thursday and perhaps again on Friday. Here's the current state of the aurora forecast. Not as bright as it was just about 6, 9, and 12 hours ago when we hit G3 geomagnetic storm, but this storm is only beginning if the models hold true. We still have 2 more CMEs to make impact, the first and largest any time now on the 13th UTC, followed by a secondary boom. You see how they're kind of cannibalizing there, stacking up, so to speak. So we could see an extended geomagnetic storm all through tomorrow night. And I'll be in Crestone where there are very dark skies, and hopefully we get some good footage. But don't be depressed. We're now down into G1 geomagnetic storm. This may pop back up due to the look of telemetry. Here we see the BZ could shift south again, and it is looking that it may do that anytime soon. Plasma speed got up to above 600 kilometers per second during that G3 phase, but has now dropped up into the high 500 kilometers per second. Temperature is now rising once again. So we're not out of the woods here, as the forecast is for continued geomagnetic storm through the 14th. Let's take a look at this forecast. Yes, here we are on September 13th. We could stay in G2 or come back up to G3 and another pulse through the 14th. Tonight's aurora forecast is looking spectacular, so make sure if you're in the northern tier states, you get out and look up. And if there's any accentuation of the KP, this red line, the view line, may move all the way down to Texas, the nexus of the schmexus. Now, a lot of people are talking about this paper coming out from Zero Hedge, which is authored by Tyler Durden, which is a pen name. So clearly, you can hold little credence to this. The title is "The Sun is Doing Something That It Is Not Supposed to Do," and that could mean big trouble in the months ahead. Well, the reality is that no one knows what the sun is supposed to do. We haven't been watching it long enough. But what we do know from the limited data over the last few hundred years is the sun is highly variable. It increases and decreases in its output in a spectacular fashion, which affects the temperature and the climate here on Earth. The Dalton minimum, the Maunder minimum, are just 2 examples. The Minoan warm, the Roman warm, another 2 examples. Examples of when the sun had high activity versus low activity. And in this article, they missed the mark scientifically. They really don't know what they're talking about. The fact that what they're claiming here is that because there's a lot of sunspots, we may get another geomagnetic superstorm like May, is based on no facts whatsoever. The last superstorm like that was 20 years ago, and they typically don't happen one after another. And the fact that we're at solar max and there's increased sunspots is what's exactly expected at solar max. So Tyler Durden, please don't quit your day job. Now this is fascinating. Astronomers are stunned by a video of a star bubbles Star bubbles. See these? They look like zits or I don't know. These bubbles are 75 times larger than our sun. So we're looking at a very big star here. And there's actual video, folks. High enough resolution of this bubbling star to blow your mind. Take a look at this. These images coming out from July and August show a very interesting star with very interesting features on the surface. Whether they're bubbles or who knows. And we're about to show you the highest resolution image ever of bubbles on a star. Now, each of these bubbles that you see here is 75 times larger than our sun. And let's just wait till they clear up this image there at the end. I can't even get it. Ah, there it is. What in the world is going on here on this star? Now, if a single bubble here is 75 times the size of our sun, how big is this star? Holy macaroni. But I do digress. All the links to all the articles and papers will be below. SpaceX astronauts conducted a spacewalk, the first privately funded spacewalk ever in history, putting new space suits to test that are way more sleek in design and literally blow NASA out of the water. Take a look at this. This is an actual dude exiting NASA's Elon Musk's SpaceX craft into space. The first time ever. But why is he holding his hand like that? I don't understand that. Does he have a camera? It almost looks like he's dying.
Like we mentioned, Sarah will be,
but look how sleek the design is on these spacesuits. Now, they were worried about micrometeorites hitting these astronauts as they stuck their head out of the craft. A single tiny sand-sized grain moving 20,000 miles per hour could penetrate the suit and kill the astronaut inside. But everything went well, and everything is looking good. These SpaceX manufactured suits were previously untested in orbit, but I'm sure they were tested down here on Earth, because I would not walk out in space with an untested suit like this. Still, I want to know what's going on with his hand. Now, they are connected to a tether here, so if they were to be sucked off of those holders, apparently that tether would also keep them safe. But what a groundbreaking day for SpaceX, and what an embarrassment for the U.S. space, the government-run NASA program. Absolutely bankrupt. And of course, because they just went into uncharted territory, a private billionaire named Elon Musk created the most sleek designed spacesuits that held up well in space during the first private spacewalk funded by Elon Musk. Of course, the mainstream media, who hates Musk, is going to attack them. Did everybody just watch a live stream of billionaires breaking space law? You've got to be kidding me. The mission was a success, but it may have been prohibited by space law. What is even that? I hope Elon Musk nukes every single country that doesn't agree with him. It just will be a better place, wouldn't it? The largest ever solar storm identified in ancient tree rings occurred about a year ago. And we covered it on Magnetic Reversal News on YouTube. It's now up on Magnetic Reversal News on Rumble. So it can't be censored. It can't be demonetized. The link will be below. Lee and I are preparing tirelessly for the 35th annual Crestone Energy Fair. I've got so much to do, and we're leaving in just 17 hours. I might not even sleep. So if you can get out to the San Luis Valley for the 35th annual Crestone Energy Fair, please join us for an amazing free event, 35 years running, where it's a free university on natural building, permaculture, and anything else you can think of that the mainstream media won't cover. This is how to survive and thrive in the future. And you will meet some of the most experienced, advanced, and amazing people in the most amazing place on Earth. We'll see you all there. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share our video. We need your help for the channel to grow, as the powers that be have shadow banned us and they don't show this to anyone that isn't subscribed on YouTube. You can become a Patreon and support the work we do for as little as $1 a month. And make sure to go over to our affiliate, the Alliance of Native Seed Keepers, to get the rest of their stock from the year for just $1 a pack. You can't beat that. Be safe. We love you. Well, you can beat it if you're over in the San Luis Valley. Over the weekend, all the seeds at our permaculture seed saving booth are free. And that's a boom. We love you. Be safe. See you in Crestone.